You gave my underage daughter extensions that she paid for. Hey, welcome. Hi, we'd like a refund for these. Please.
Am I wrong for telling my girlfriend I don't want her to go to a concert where she hooked up with some of the band? Some of them. Not just one of them. So my girlfriend, some years ago, hooked up with a singer from a relatively famous band. I'm not naming it, but it's pretty popular. To be clear, this was before we got together. From what I know, they got my girlfriend backstage and to an after party where she had sex with two of them. I'll be honest, after hearing the story, their music was ruined for me. Now they're playing in a nearby city and my girlfriend wants to go see them. I told her that due to her past, this made me extremely uncomfortable. She said she wasn't gonna do anything and just wanted to enjoy the music in concert. I'm like one step away from breaking up with her, but I wanted some opinions. My friends gave me some conflicting advice. Am I wrong for telling my girlfriend?
Did you know a fake span?
As my daughter's been watching you a whole lot, I wonder what is it that you have said to her that has convinced her that, as we've been Republicans our whole entire life and have had those base morals, that something that you're saying is making her really motivated to have liberal beliefs. She told me the other day she had liberal beliefs, and I'm thinking,
Base.
that's not anything of how we believe.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's because I think that likely the
What
way in
is
which
it?
you...
Yeah.
Because I think it's likely in which the way that you believe is wrong, okay? Because I think the GOP has been compromised. I think that Donald Trump is the devil. This is somebody who's been held civilly liable for raping a woman. This is somebody who's boasted about sexually exploiting naked little girls and naked women in their dressing rooms at the beauty pageants that he owns. Economically speaking, this is somebody that's just destroyed the working class, from taking health care away from 10 million low-income Americans through the big beautiful bill to taking...
What is the negative of like women having tattoos though?
When I see a woman who has tattoos, it generally suggests to me that she makes permanent decisions off of how she feels in the moment.
If you see graffiti, it lets you know you're in a bad neighborhood.
Ew. Anyway, when you get tattooed?
Niggas know I stay. I be damned if you think you popping up on this damn. Hands on my knee, shaking ass on my thigh shit. Hands on my knee, shaking ass on my thigh shit. Hands on my knee, shaking ass on my thigh shit. Hands on my knee, hands on my knee, hands on my knee, shaking ass on my thigh shit. Hands on my knee, shaking ass on my thigh shit. Hands on my knee, shaking ass on my thigh shit. Hands on my knee, hands on my knee.
What is the negative of like women having tattoos though?
When I see a woman who has tattoos,
After Princess Diana wore the revenge dress and shut down literally every front page in the country, you would think the last person to try to copy this look would be Camilla herself. And you would be wrong. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I just did a full pop culture paint lesson on it. Go watch it. In January of 1995, just 7 months after Princess Diana's revenge dress made every front page, Charles and Camilla made their first public outing as a couple. They attended the 50th birthday party of Camilla's sister Annabelle at the Ritz in London. The whole country was watching because after years of being a secret, being the other woman, her name being whispered in every single tabloid, Camilla was finally stepping out. And she showed up in an off-the-shoulder black dress with black tights, black heels, and a pearl choker with a gemstone pendant in the middle. Very reminiscent of Diana's. Clearly the Temu version of this, but regardless, the entire country basically lost its mind. It was almost item for item exact to what Diana wore to the Serpentine Gallery on June 29th, 1994. See? And everyone dubbed this the revenge dress because she wore it the night that Charles's documentary came out talking about his relationship with Camilla. It was kind of like a look what you're missing out on. For Camilla to show up in almost the exact outfit on the first public outing with her husband, as in Diana's husband, they were still together, separated, but not divorced. Ballsy. Some people called it Camilla's revenge dress or like a victory lap, but most people called it something way less polite. When you put the photos side by side, first of all, this was a 30-second walk from the car into the gala, and it made the entire country freak out. The world, honestly. And then you have Camilla at the Ritz. The silhouettes are similar. Certain elements are very similar, but it didn't land. Because the revenge dress was not just a dress. It was a specific woman in a specific moment with a very specific fire behind her eyes. It's not something you could replicate by buying a similar dress and putting on some pearls, which is very ironic. She wore this Diana knockoff a lot. Like a lot. I talk about this in my paint lesson, but this was a brooch that she was given by the Queen Mother on the day she married Charles and had it turned into a pearl choker, which I think the choker is very symbolic of their entire relationship. She was being choked, silenced. Diana's hit so hard because of what she had been through, and she was finally stepping out and free and wearing black because she's mourning her relationship. Camilla was trying to be like, look, I have your husband and I'm hot, and she's not. The difference between these two photos tells you everything you need to know about the difference between these two women. One of them was reclaiming their power, and the other was trying to borrow it. After Princess Diana wore the revenge dress and shut down literally every front page in the country, you would think the last person to try to copy this look.
Am I the asshole for refusing to kick out my male friends so my sister and nieces can live with me? She says she's getting a divorce. I, 33 female, have a unique living situation. For the last couple of months, I've been hosting my situationship, 38 male. For the last 2 months, his brother, 36 male, has also been living with us. 38 pays a fourth of the utilities and a third of my mortgage as rent, which is a generous deal. But A, we get along great. B, he follows all of my rules. We're both vegetarian. He never invites people over. He cleans up a lot. Literally, the guy loads my dishwasher. I also love spending time with his brother. He spent a weekend with us and we had such a blast. I invited him to stay with us for a few months. Listen, the reader in me wants you to bounce up and down on both of these men together. Y'all know I'm a slut for reverse harem. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but the moment you said he was living with you guys, my imagination went wild. It really did. I'm gonna bring it back in. I'm gonna get my mind out the gutter. He eats meat, but he never brings it home. He's super clean and respectful, and he cooks really well. I'm an emergency radiologist, and he has a freelance type tech job. So we both stay at home, and I'm sharing my workspace with him. We also go climbing together a lot. I love this for you. I'm seeing 3 adults that live together in harmony. It works out for you guys. You guys are having fun. It doesn't matter that it's you and 2 men. It really fucking doesn't. I love this for you. Overall, the last 3 months have been the best of my life. The 3 of us have daily dinners and board games. I love this. I love this so much for you. My sister, 35 female, showed up at my door 30 minutes after texting me. She brought my nieces 10 and 6. She was very disturbed by my living situation and that I'm living with random guys. They're random to you because you don't know them, but one of them I've been bouncing up on consistently for a while. The other one is my really good friend. Nothing about them is random. I met my situationship via an old ex. We got in contact when he was looking for a place to stay in my city temporarily. Then we started hanging out. Again, like I said, only random to her because she doesn't know them. I have a 5-bed, 4-bath house. The first floor bedroom with a separate door is where 38 male sleeps. First floor workspace with a couch bed, and a second floor massive open type room where I sleep and work nights. 36 has a mini bedroom on the smaller 3rd floor. Opposite of that is my guest/craft room where I put my sister. These 2 rooms share a bathroom. I want to point out that this house sounds like it's massive and everybody has their own floor. That is why this works out so well for them. They're not all cramped up in a small space, forced to make it work. I love this, bro. I didn't have time to prepare for my sister, but I did have 2 twin beds in the room that I put them in. I told my niece 10 that she could sleep on the couch bed in my study or she could sleep with me. My sister was really mad at me for exposing her daughters to strange men and making them share a bathroom, and that I'm perverted for sleeping with brothers. First of all, nobody said I was sleeping with both of them. Later, she did apologize for this remark because I have no romantic feelings towards 36 male. We got into an argument and she went to my mom's place. 1 bed, 1 bath, where obviously they didn't have the room. They've been calling me nonstop during my work day to tell me to kick my friends out. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I said it's my sister's job to watch out for her kids, that I wouldn't be hanging out with men that I thought were predators, but I only known them for a few months, so I would have never left the girls alone with them. I am just being sensible. 38 male is kind of my boyfriend at this point, but I've known him for about 8 months. They also have 3 sisters, so they would understand, even if I told them that I didn't want them alone with my nieces. My sister is mad that she can't leave her kids with me during the day. She wouldn't have been able to fucking do that from the beginning because you stated that you work from home. I I should have kept reading. She couldn't have done that anyway because I work from home and I need to focus 100%. I should have just kept reading. My sister also regularly fights with her husband and then goes running back to him. We grew apart over the last few years because the only topic that she could talk about was her failed marriage. I had had enough of that from my mother. I told my sister if the girls stay with their dad while they're getting divorced, she can come and stay with me and we can work something out. This pissed her off even more, but I genuinely believe they need stability. My home is not an option because I don't want to kick out my friends, and I literally can't do my work from home days when the girls are home. They are a handful. Honestly, baby, you better than me. You're better than me because I wouldn't even be entertaining this conversation. I wouldn't. You showed up at my house. I had no time to prepare for you. You needed somewhere to stay. I put you up because you're my sister. These are my nieces, and I love you guys 100%. You only got 1 foot through the door before you started fucking insulting me and the way that I live and run my house. Mind you, my house, the one that you want to come and stay in. You're better than me. I would have given her an answer well before now and left her at her mama's house. I made a list of their combined financial contributions, and it is significant. $5,500 a month. 38 pays $2,000 to $2,500 in rent, parking, and utilities every month. He occupies my garage spots while I park outside, so I just realized I'm definitely not undercharging him. 26 male pays for the majority of our food, including drinks at home and takeout. My share is about $300 to $500 a month. This woman pays, at most, $500 a month. She has a 5-bedroom, 4-bath house. There's no fucking way in hell I would trade that in for somebody who has absolutely no respect for me and my house, and you want me to be a built-in fucking babysitter. No, get the fuck out of here. You better find some other option, because no, baby. Also built the sauna. I paid for the kit, but building it would have cost me at least $1,600. 36 male also took me skiing many times, and he helped me select new gear. My dad and I always bought the cheapest secondhand stuff. If I count the lessons that he gave me at $100 an hour, it would add up to at least $3,500 over 2 months. They were solid, one-on-one advice, and I improved a lot. He also belays me without complaint. Oh, baby, I don't think you're the asshole at all for not wanting to completely change your living situation. A living situation that has made you happier in the last 3 months than you have been your entire life. Your words. I don't think you're wrong for not wanting to make these changes for your entitled, judgmental ass fucking sister. Not at all. I'm gonna let you know right here, right now, your sister is upset that her plan did not work out the way she wanted it to. She thought she was gonna be able to come into your house and bully you into being a built-in babysitter for her kids. She thought she was gonna be able to leave her kids with you whenever the fuck she wanted and do whatever the hell she wanted to do throughout the day. The fact that you've got shit going down threw a wrench in all of that, and she doesn't like it. If you let her move in with you, you will never get rid of her. Am I the asshole for refusing to kick out my male friends? So my...
1, 2, 3.
Watch this if you blink.
This is titled, Today I fucked up by building an app to track how many times my coworker says circling back in meetings. Now the whole office uses it. This is funny. Wait, okay, there's more context. So there's a guy at work, let's call him Kay. Kay says circling back constantly in every meeting, sometimes twice in the same sentence. Quote, so just circling back on that before we circle back to the main point. I started noticing it maybe 4 months ago, and now I cannot unhear it. It has ruined meetings for me entirely. So, as a joke, purely for my own amusement, I vibe coded a mini Wabi app in 10 minutes. Every time Kay says circling back, I tap the screen. It tracks daily counts, shows me a weekly graph, gives me a personal best notification. I showed 2 other colleagues. Mistake. They immediately wanted to use it too. I shared the link. Not a big deal, right? Within 2 days, there were 9 of us silently tapping our phones every time Kay spoke. We have a group chat now. Someone made a weekly leaderboard for the highest count. Someone else added a feature request for, quote, to be honest, because apparently Kate from finance said it 11 times in a meeting and felt left out. Recently, Kay said circling back 23 times in a 56-minute sync. We nearly lost it. Someone had to fake a coughing fit. The problem is, I now look forward to meetings, like genuinely. I check the group chat during calls. We celebrate new personal bests. Kay said circling back at 9:07 a.m. yesterday, and I got 3 notifications within seconds. I built an app to cope with an annoying habit and accidentally made meetings the best part of my workday. Kay will never know. I feel both terrible and completely at peace with this. Would love to add screenshots, but seems like this sub doesn't allow that. This is titled, Today I Fucked Up.
When it comes to her personal life, Taylor Swift is a messy, messy partner.
You know, you always kind of have that person, that one person who you feel like might interrupt your wedding and be like, don't do it because we're not over yet. I think everybody has that one person who kind of floats in and out of their life and is never like the narrative's never truly over.
Do you have that person?
Like I said, everybody has that person.
If this headline is to be believed, that Taylor and Travis have never once argued in the 2.5 years.
Hi, excuse me. We need some help over here. Hey, what can I help you with? Yeah, my daughter's getting highlights, and the stylist just left her at the bowl. Like, she left like 15 minutes ago. Oh, well, it looks like your daughter's toning. Yeah, she said something like that before she walked away. Right, yeah, so the stylist was just letting you know that she's gonna sit with a toner on. They usually sit for about 25-ish minutes. 25 minutes my daughter has to sit here at the bowl? Yep, that's about usually how long it's gonna take for it to process. 25 minutes of her just being left at the bowl. Yes, ma'am. She already had to sit over there when they put the highlights on in the first place, and she sat over there for like a half an hour. Yep. Yeah, so processing times are totally normal. It's just what comes with getting your hair done. Have you never gotten your hair done? Well, I just got my grace covered. I only have to sit for 10 minutes. Yeah, there's a good chance that they're probably using 10-minute color on you. Your daughter's getting highlights, so 10-minute color is a little out of the question here. No, something's wrong. I only ever have to sit for 10 minutes when I get my hair colored, and she has sat for a half an hour, and now she has to sit for another 25. Something is wrong. I would like her to just be dried. We're gonna leave. Well, she only has another 10 minutes over there. I can go get the stylist and you can talk to her if you'd like. No, thank you. We would just like to leave. All of this sitting around and waiting and processing, no, something's wrong. You know you're in a hair salon, right? Hi, excuse me? We need some help over here. Hey, what can I help you with?
A 10-year-old girl goes missing after a sleepover.
Okay, so I've been
So about a year ago, I was brutally canceled off.
This song is called Mitsubishi.
Yeah. Mitsubishi, that nigga driving looking fishy. Mitsubishi, he pull up at me. He tryna be discreet. He at 3, that nigga might get first play because he's driving a Mitsubishi. The race about to start. Oh shit, that might be a rally. Alright, the race about to start. When he started that bitch, it broke my heart. Mitsubishi, where are they?
So one of my followers sent me this sushi boat because I recently posted a video on my TikTok of my daughter getting a sushi boat. Apparently Costco has got these $200 sushi boats made out of wood. It's kind of hard to tell the size of the boat from the picture, but they do look pretty decent with a bunch, maybe like 50 different types of sushi inside of it. But after the one that we had gotten in, I think this is an amazing gift idea, or if you're having a party and you have people that love sushi. I mean, for $200, not only are you getting like really good quality food from Costco, because I feel like their seafood is like really good, but you're also getting a boat that you can kind of take home and like keep as a souvenir. So has anyone else ever seen these before? I haven't seen it in our local Costco, but I feel like if they had them, I would definitely buy it. What are your thoughts in the comments? And if you have anything you want me to review, send me a message. I'd love to review.
Good morning, it's Annette at Wild Heart Ranch.
No clue why everyone wanted me to try it on a strawberry. Maybe because the seeds are like the pores in our skin, but my nose also looks like this, and my chin looks like this. So we're gonna try it on our skin while we wait. This is actually a Korean volcanic clay mask. It has...
I was supposed to go on a second date tonight, so we were supposed to meet at 8:30. He texts me that he's sitting at the bar. I assume he has made a reservation. I said, okay, do we have a table? He says, no. I said, okay, is there another seat for me at the bar? He says, no. And I say, hey, like, you don't have a reservation? He goes, no, they don't have reservations. Not only do they have reservations, but at 5 p.m. this evening, I checked, and they even had an 8:45 p.m. reservation open. I said, okay, so what's the plan? He goes, I don't like your attitude. And I had to text him, and I had to say, you're not planning accordingly for a date. And saying I have an attitude about it is truly insane behavior.
Now, this could very well be a red pill dating tactic because this is like the second or third time I've heard a woman tell a similar story about being in some major city and a man planning a dinner date, but he doesn't make a reservation. And then when she gets there, he acts all like, I don't know what we gonna do. I guess we just walk around. Now he got you on a walking date. Or he says, let's grab a drink at the bar. Now you're on a drinks date. Two things that you would have never agreed to. Some of these men have an unhealthy obsession, a fear, a phobia, if you will, of being used for a free meal. They are so afraid that if they put $30 or $40 into a woman's vending machine by paying for her dinner and schmecks doesn't fall out, that they've been used, hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok. It couldn't possibly be that he had the personality of a rock. They were rude to the waitstaff, or they were an hour late, or they were flirting with the waitress, or they were way too touchy-feely. It couldn't possibly be that he talked about himself all night, or even worse, one of his exes. No, it couldn't have been any of that. It had to be this woman was hungry, and he's a one-man soup kitchen. I wish you had never texted him back. A man like that needs to sit and think about what he's done.
I was supposed to go on a second date tonight, so we were supposed to meet at 8:30.
Why is everyone announcing tours in 2026 right now?
Am I the asshole for refusing to label my wedding cake as vegan because a guest felt tricked?
I mean, I'm usually of the opinion that you don't need to label the vegan thing as vegan because somebody who's not vegan can eat vegan food with no problems.
My husband, 32 male, and I, 30 female, had a vegan wedding because we're both vegan. We made it clear in advance that the food and cake would be plant-based and no one complained until the reception. The cake was gorgeous, 3 tiers decorated with edible flowers. Toward the end of the night, one of my husband's aunts, Linda, came up to me looking visibly upset. She said it was disrespectful to have a vegan cake on display because it felt like I was pushing my lifestyle on everyone.
Does Aunt Linda not eat plants? Also, you made it clear beforehand that it was going to be plant-based.
I told her the cake wasn't meant to make a statement, it was just the dessert we chose for our wedding. She insisted I either move the cake off the main table or add a sign saying it was a vegan so people weren't tricked into eating it.
Kind of sounds like it would be easier to move Aunt Linda out of the building.
I refused because 1, it was my wedding, 2, it's a cake, not propaganda, and 3, no one else seemed to care. Linda ended up storming out, and now my in-laws are saying I should have compromised to avoid drama. I think Linda's reaction was ridiculous, but my husband thinks I could have just put up a sign to keep the peace. Am I the asshole?
No, you're not the asshole. The second anybody starts making demands at your wedding, they're the asshole, and the correct response might be to toss them out of the wedding. Why do you need to label the cake as vegan? The only time you have to label a cake as vegan is if there is a vegan cake and a non-vegan cake. If all of the options are vegan, then you don't need to label them as vegan. And I bet it tasted fine, because vegan cakes are still loaded with sugar.
Top comment, NTA. The whole thing was vegan. It was your wedding, your choice. I wouldn't feel tricked by eating a vegan cake at all. She has some issues. Let her seethe and be upset. You don't owe her anything. Putting up a sign would have rewarded her bad, entitled behavior. You had no reason to do it.
Yeah, it does really sound like rewarding bad behavior. Aunt Linda has no reason to want this cake labeled other than some sort of strange hate for other people not eating meat. She's just sitting there the whole wedding like this damn hippie couple.
NTA, the only thing you are obligated to include are allergens, dietary, and religious food exemptions. Being vegan, unless they are allergic to something like soy, is not something you have to put. In fact, it's actually more time-consuming to label something vegan because every ingredient has to be outright vetted to not be animal-based to be legally labeled as vegan in the first place. Like kosher or halal, there are rules and guidelines you have to follow. Linda is being incredibly ridiculous, and no, a sign to appease people being dumb is not the answer. This is the kind of person that would have complained, sign or no, by the sounds of it.
It does sound like she probably would have found a reason to complain about the cake even if you put a sign up. And also, while signs do generally have to be put up for the sake of dumb people are also the ones that will not read the sign, so I don't know if it would help.
NTA, should you also put a sign up if you serve broccoli? You're not tricking anyone into eating something they're allergic to or tricking vegans into eating non-vegan cake. This is just absent of certain ingredients. The horror. Someone replied, just think of all the fun to be had at future family events. I would be petty AF and label every vegetable vegan.
Maybe Aunt Linda's like me and she gets a little grumpy when her protein is low. Although you probably had soy-based options at the wedding, so she probably had the ability to get protein into her. She just was repulsed by the idea of not having to kill an animal first.
Oh, this comment surprised me. Someone should tell Linda about Oreos, NTA. Did you know Oreos are vegan?
Yeah, I knew that.
I didn't.
You didn't?
No.
Oh.
Someone replied, I'm not a vegan, but I didn't feel cheated by Oreos when I found out they were vegan.
Yeah, that's the awesome thing about not being vegan. I can just eat any damn thing in front of me and I don't have to worry about if it offends me.
If it's vegan, cool. Not vegan, also cool.
Yeah, I'm not saying that in a way of like trying to insult vegans. You do you, eat what you want or what you need to. But yeah, it's just, sure, I'll eat vegan food. Some vegan food's awesome. There's a vegan bakery a few miles from us. Some of the best baked goods in the area.
You've been holding out on me? Is this the secret food you're eating without me? Because I have never even heard of this vegan bakery. When did you go without me?
I used to go and pick up a box of their muffins for client meetings when I was working advertising.
And you didn't pick up a muffin for me?
Did I never bring you a muffin?
No!
Oh. It's good.
Okay, we're going there later. So Reddit thinks NTA, you already told everyone ahead of time that the whole wedding was going to be vegan. There's no reason they shouldn't have thought the cake was going to be vegan too.
Yeah, the part where Opie and her husband made it very clear before the wedding that everything was vegan just makes it baffling that Aunt Linda didn't assume that everything at the damn wedding was going to be vegan.
Okay, I kind of get Aunt Linda wanting a sign up. I think it's ridiculous, but I understand her logic a little bit. But you either need to put a sign up or remove the cake from the main table.
I'm sorry, the cake does not leave the main table. The cake being at the wedding is far more important than you being at the wedding, Aunt Linda.
Like, where did she want them to put it? Tuck it away somewhere so no one can eat any of it? I don't understand.
Tuck Aunt Linda away.
So, not the asshole, but, don't invite Aunt Linda ever to dinner at your house.
You know, something tells me that that's not a problem.
Am I the asshole for refusing to label my wedding cake as vegan because a guest felt tricked?
I mean, I'm usually of the opinion that you don't need to label the vegan thing as vegan because somebody who's not vegan can eat vegan food with no problems.
My husband, 32 male, and I, 30 female, had a vegan wedding because we're both vegan. We made it clear in advance that the food and cake would be plant-based and no one complained until the reception. The cake was gorgeous, 3-tiered.
Hi, welcome in. Hi. Can I help you find anything? No, that's fine. I'm just looking. Okay, yeah. If you need any help, just let me know. Yep, I will. Thanks.
Hey, Allie, that girl over there, I've been watching her, and she looks kind of suspicious.
Yeah, I greeted her when she came in. Yeah, a little, I guess. Yeah.
You think she's shoplifting?
I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna approach her again. Hi. Oh, hi. How's it going? You still doing okay? Oh, no, yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks. Are you looking for someone? No, just browsing. Okay, well, are you interested in that foundation right there? Oh, yes. I swear I'm going to buy this. I can go up right now if I can.
Abe, there you are. I lost you in the food court. What are you doing in here?
Oh, hi,
Wait, You're not actually trying to buy this makeup crap, are you?
Huh?
I told you, you're not allowed to wear that shit if you're my girlfriend.
Oh, no. I know. I wasn't actually going to buy this. She was actually just trying to show it to me, right? Oh, I see what's going on here. Hi, welcome in. Hi. Can I... Oh, I see what's going on here.
Well, I don't care. You're not even supposed to be in here. Come on, let's go.
Oh, wait, sorry. I have a question for you. Just curious. Why isn't she allowed to wear makeup?
Because no girlfriend of mine is gonna wear that crap all over her face.
Interesting. Okay, well, you know what? She was right. I was the one that was actually showing her the foundation, but she wasn't that interested. She actually came in here just looking for the perfumes. Isn't that right?
Yes, that's right. Okay, well, hurry up, because I still have like 2 different shoe stores that I want to go to, okay?
No problem. I'll be just a second. All right, he's gone. Thank you, and I can pay for this. Girl, respectfully, what the hell? I know, he seems a little overbearing at times, but he means well. Yeah, no, he doesn't. Well, he just likes my natural beauty. No, he likes having control over you, and to be honest, that's some scary shit. You think? I don't think, I know, okay? Believe me, I've been there. A man who doesn't allow you to enjoy just the simple things in life, even if it's just makeup, is not a man who really wants to take care of you. Yeah, I mean, I don't... One second. Hi, babe. Yeah, no, okay, I'm coming. Okay, I'm coming. Okay, bye. I'll just, come back for this. Take care, girl, for real, okay? Excuse me. Yes, hi. Oh, it's you. Yeah, I'd actually like to buy that foundation now. Wow, saying it out in the open? Very bold of you. Is the boyfriend not here today? Ex-boyfriend, actually, and he won't be here for the foreseeable future. Oh, thank God. I didn't want to say it, but that man was a mess, okay? Now, come on, let's build you a basket, bitch. Oh, I see what's going on here.
Well, I don't care.
Help you find anything? No, that's fine. I'm just looking.
I've had people asking me where I got my ring.
Thank you for calling the salon. How can I help you? I was just calling to schedule an appointment to get my grays covered. Okay, yeah, we can absolutely do that for you. Are you a new client or have you been here before? Well, I've been there before, but it was quite some time ago, and I'm just not up to the task of doing it myself anymore. My name is Karen Smith. Okay, Karen, let me look you up in our system. Oh, it looks like I was the last one to do your hair. Wow, it has been a while, about 2 years. Oh, it's you. Yeah, it's me. Would you like to go with someone else, or do you want to go back with me? Because I do have openings, but we have plenty of other stylists too who are more than happy to take you. Well, you know, I would be willing to give you another chance if you finally learned how to color hair correctly. I know how to color hair. I'm sorry. What are you talking about? Well, the last time you did my hair, it seemed like you did such a good job of covering my grays at the salon, but then they came back. Did they start to show up in the top of your head again? Yes, they did. Okay, so you've had other people complain too. No, actually I haven't. That's because your hair grew. So I covered the grays that were on your head, and then you had more hair grow in, and since you are just gray now, it was gray hair that grew in. Oh, no, listen, I remember you specifically told me that you were using permanent hair color on me to cover my stubborn grays. And permanent means permanent, as in not going nowhere. Well, my grays, they went away, but then they came back. Okay, right. And so over the past 2 years, you said you've been doing your own hair, and you're just not up to the task anymore. Has the gray been coming back when you've been doing it? Well, yes, but I just assume that that's because box color is not as quality as salon color. Well, that's the first thing you've been right about today. However, it's actually just because your hair is growing from your scalp, so you will always have grays. No, honey, I think I spoke too soon, and that's my fault. I am either just gonna have to be up to the task or find someone else who is, because this just seems too challenging for you. Okay, girl. Good luck. Thank you for calling the salon. How can I help?
Am I the asshole for taunting my sister with the fact that she wasn't the only person my late boyfriend cheated on me with? When my boyfriend, 24 male of 3 years, died 6 months ago, I, 22 female, was devastated to find out my sister, 24 female, and him had been sleeping together behind my back for months. She told our brother, 19 male, for support, but instead of supporting her, he told me, and then supported me through it all. Good shit. Good shit on your brother. My sister told me I couldn't hate her because they were in love. and I needed to understand she was grieving and had every right to grieve. Really, mashed potatoes. You're gonna tell his girlfriend, his actual girlfriend, the one that's seen him outside in the daytime, that you have the right to grieve, and she can't be mad that you spread your legs for her boyfriend? Get the fuck out of here. I said fuck her and fuck her grief. And I told her she had no right. And the more she grieved openly, the more she was exposing herself to be a disgusting, untrustworthy asshole who sleeps with her own sister's boyfriend. My sister's friends found out about it, and most of them turned their back on her because they didn't trust her with their boyfriends. And I understand why. If Green Bean Casserole is willing to fuck her sister's boyfriend, I wouldn't trust her around my male dog. Bitch, nobody is off limits to you. A month ago, I found out, thanks to my late boyfriend's brother, that my boyfriend wasn't just cheating with my sister. There were at least 5 other girls and maybe more. He even had a kid with someone and never told anyone, not even his family. His brother only found out because he was going through his phone and accounts. This might sound weird, but I was relieved. It was easier for me to find out he was just a shitty cheater and not that he might have actually loved my sister. I get that. That made it easier for me to find comfort because I've struggled ever since he died with everything. Because you can't get any closure, mama. Like, you can't cuss him out. You can't tell him how you feel about it. You can't even fucking break up with him. I completely understand why you're struggling. But my sister has still been playing the victim, and I've hated that. I didn't speak to her for months, but when I found out about the other girls, I wanted to make sure she knew she wasn't special. And they didn't have something special because she wasn't even the only girl he was with during those last few months. I sent her the screenshots and I emailed her even more. I told her that she could stop crying and playing the victim because she wasn't the great love of his life like she thought. I love this. Listen, was it unprovoked? Absolutely. But your sister went low by fucking your boyfriend. You went to hell by letting her know, bitch, you thought you were special. You thought you were special, but you were just another notch on his bedpost. Congratulations. You should go get tested. I know I was mean, but I don't think I did anything wrong. My sister does, and my mom seems to be torn. My dad and my brother 100% support me, and they think that I was fair. My mom said she wishes we could just get past this and that I could have stopped myself from intentionally trying to hurt my sister. Wait a minute! You are telling this to the wrong goddamn sister. You should be telling this to the daughter that willingly opened her fucking legs to fuck my boyfriend. You could have stopped yourself for months from doing something that hurt your sister, but you chose not to. But instead, you're gonna come to the sister that she hurt and tell her you shouldn't have said anything to hurt her even more? Fuck her. Fuck her and her goddamn grief. She deserved to hear that she was not fucking special. My mom told me taunting my sister seemed cruel and that my sister hurt me too, but how do we ever get back to being sisters if we keep hurting each other? So am I the asshole? Nah, baby, I don't think you're the asshole. Now, did it come out of the blue? Abso-fucking-lutely, but it's not like if this was something that your sister didn't fucking deserve. This is what the fuck happens when you spread your legs to people that are in a fucking relationship. You learn that you're not fucking special. You were a warm hole for him to get off in. You're bad for assuming that you were something more. Listen, your mom is not torn. She knows exactly what side she's on. The fact that she has not told Cream Corn to sit the fuck down somewhere and shut the fuck up shows exactly what side she's on. She came to you to tell you that you telling your sister she was just a warm hole and nobody special was cruel. Yeah, I know she hurt you, but you don't have to hurt her because then you guys can never get back to being sisters. You should move on because you're family. That's fucking crazy. She would rather tell you, the daughter that lost her boyfriend, found out that her boyfriend was cheating on her with multiple women, and also her sister was one of the multiple women that her boyfriend was cheating with. You lost your boyfriend and your sister the same goddamn day, but your mom has the nerve and audacity to tell you that what you said was cruel. Your mom knows exactly where her loyalty lies. This relationship is over. You guys will never be sisters again because Cranberry Sauce doesn't feel bad for what the fuck she did. She shows absolutely no regret for fucking her sister's boyfriend for months. None whatsoever, just a whole lot of goddamn entitlement. I loved him and I'm sad and you can't be mad at me for fucking him because we were in love. Bitch, you lucky I don't rip your motherfucking head off your shoulders. Yeah, this relationship is over. My petty ass, I'd go around telling people my parents only got 2 kids and we don't know where the fuck she came from. They found her ass in a back alley some goddamn where. Get some therapy, my love. You definitely need to go and find someone to talk to because you're not gonna get any closure from any of this. Candy Yams is over here acting like she's the goddamn victim. This bitch is dead. You can't talk to either of them to get out how you feel. And This type of betrayal is gut-wrenching. It's heartbreaking. I really, really hope that you find someone to talk to. Am I the asshole for taunting my sister with the fact that she wasn't the only person my late boyfriend...
Fake? One controversial reading of The Little Mermaid is the idea that Eric is actually enchanted by Ariel's song.
Voice. I can't get it out of my head.
And unlike many other internet theories about Disney films, there actually is evidence to support this. After all, that's what mermaids are known for doing in mythology, enchanting men with their songs. And it's what Ursula does at the end of the film, enchanting Eric with Ariel's song. He's also explicitly obsessed with her voice. He says he can't stop thinking about it, and it's the reason why he doesn't believe the voiceless Ariel is the same girl despite their resemblance.
Can't speak? Then you couldn't be who I thought.
The Broadway musical, and especially the live-action film, actually each expand this idea in their own versions, where instead of playing part of your world on the flute into the ocean like he does in the animated film, those versions he now has songs where he says the thing about her that's calling to him is her voice. In the live-action film, he even calls it a siren song, and we can hear her voice haunting his song as it's haunting his mind. Of course, in the animated film, it's a bit more ambiguous. Is he obsessed with the song because he can't stop thinking about her, or is he obsessed with her because he can't stop thinking about the song? Either way, whether it's magical or not, his inability to stop thinking about this song is directly tied to his feelings for the girl who saved him. And that's what's so powerful about this scene where he throws his flute into the ocean. Because in this moment, he's choosing the voiceless Ariel, the real girl that he spent time with and gotten to know, over the song of the girl that saved him. The reason the reading of him being enchanted is controversial is because it's often been presented as one of those child-ruining theories where they say the love in this film is built on a magical lie since he's just enchanted by her. But that's not true because we watch him choose the real Ariel over the song. No matter what, their love is built on the time that they spend together, not one fateful encounter between a mermaid and a human. This also isn't even the only way to interpret his obsession with the song. Music is a huge part of the film, not just because they're singing in a musical or because part of your world is everywhere, but because these are distinctly musical characters. Eric is clearly a flautist before he meets Ariel, while Ariel is also a singer long before she sings to Eric. At the beginning of the film, she's late to a singing performance with her family, and then throughout the movie, she's being helped by the court composer. Sebastian isn't some kind of royal bodyguard. He is just a musician. That's why he uses music to try and build their romance when he sings Kiss the Girl, because music is what he knows. Her song and voice are just one component of this larger theme of how music connects their love. And we're shown that Eric doesn't need that music. He doesn't need a song to love her. And that's what I think is so great about this film being the start of the Disney Renaissance, because we get to see in the film itself this transition from love at first sight to a more modern conception of falling in love with someone as you get to know them and spend time with them. Because Eric is infatuated and obsessed with the girl that saved him and her song, but he's in love with the voiceless Ariel that he's gotten to know. One controversial reading of The Little Mermaid is the idea that Eric is
Today's dark, twisted fairy tale is from Russia, and it...
No. TSA. Can we collectively come up with a term for what it's called when celebrities reach that point in life when they start promoting?
Am I the asshole for not acting impressed by my wife's accomplishment? And accomplishment is in quotes. Like accomplishment. We are already getting sass, you know?
Okay.
My 28 male wife, 26 female, and I have been married for close to 7 years. We currently have 5 kids together. 6 male, 4 male, 3 female, and my wife gave birth to fraternal twins, son and daughter, a year and a half ago.
Oh shit, okay.
I almost read this one for 100.
Wow. Were these people born like 20 years ago, 30, 40 years ago?
They might just be
that's
Mormon.
That's like our parents, like, getting married at like 21, like having like all like 5 kids before 30.
I mean, she was, to give math really quick, she's 26 now. They've been married for 7 years. She was 19. So, and their first kid is 6.
Damn.
So they got married and literally started trying for kids.
Wow, yeah.
So young mom.
Yeah.
My wife intended to graduate high school the year we got married, but life got in the way. My dad had given me an investor relations type of role at his company, so we were traveling a lot, and then after that, our kids needed our attentions. After our twins were born, my wife was bedridden for longer than we and even the doctors expected. Since we had to hire extra hands to do the childcare tasks that involved mobility, my wife had some time on her hands. Her mother told her that her friend, who proctors at a testing center, said they give GED tests basically every week, at least across the state of Idaho, and that she should dust off her general education knowledge. She started browsing her laptop and decided to roll in a GED prep class online. It seems she was better at self-paced learning than classroom learning, because the stuff they were testing her on came way easier for her now than it did even then, though she's been away from structured classroom instruction for many years now. Even after she was back on her feet, she'd be studying for it after she dropped the older two off at their respective schools. I would see what she was studying, and it looked pretty rudimentary, and I knew that getting a GED basically means nothing, and that she probably wouldn't be able to apply it to anything career-wise, or commit full-time to community college, where I doubt the job prospects for students are that great right now either. So my wife ended up taking the test, and the other day, she bounded into the room and said, quote, "Yes, I passed. I knew she would, since she was doing well on the practice tests, and the GED consistently tests on the same rudimentary topics. I did not gripe at her, but merely nodded at her and went back to answering an important email from a client. What the fuck? My wife seemed to get upset, and I asked her what was wrong. She said I didn't seem that excited, and I said that it's great that she passed, but I have been telling her that it was easy and no big deal. But if she needed something to prove to herself, she knew the high school concepts, I guess the money was well spent. She got even more upset and said she worked very hard, and this was the essential building blocks to being able to start a career. Am I the asshole? My wife passed her GED test, but she wasn't exactly graduating from college, and wouldn't be for at least 15 years. I just didn't see any immediate applicability to her test, but I am glad she had something to challenge her while she was coming off being unable to fully care for the kids. Asshole. Am I the asshole for not acting impressed by—
Hi, welcome in. Hi, I have an appointment at 2 p.m. Okay, yeah, what's the name that the appointment's under? It's for Rachel. Okay, Rachel, yep, I'll actually be the one that's doing your makeup today. Well, I'm not here for a makeover. You're not? No, I'm here to get my hair done. I don't want makeup. Oh, well, I'm so sorry. Unfortunately, we don't offer hair services here. Yes, you do. Oh, I'm sorry. You might be confused. We only offer makeup and skincare services. I don't need you to cut my hair or anything. I just want a simple updo. It should only take you 30 minutes. I'm sorry. I don't even know how to do updos. I'm not a cosmetologist, and even if I was, we're not allowed to do hair here, ma'am. You sell hair products here. Yes, we do. So why can't you just do my hair? Just because we sell hair products doesn't mean we offer hair as a service. You literally have this entire space laid out for services. Yeah, makeup services. Well, I've gotten my hair done here before. I think you might be confusing us with Ulta, ma'am. Excuse you? I'm not confused. Don't speak to me like that. Okay, well, either way, I can only service you for makeup, and that is what you scheduled online when you booked your appointment. Hair, makeup, okay, it's all the same stuff. No, it's not, but would you like your makeup done, or? No, I don't wear makeup. Hey, well, then I will just cancel your appointment then. No, I need my hair done. My event is in an hour. Last time, ma'am, we don't do hair, okay? I am sorry for the confusion, so I'm gonna cancel your appointment for your charge today, but for the future, I said no. Are you serious right now? Hi, welcome in. Hi, I have an appointment. Has anyone actually made it?
So the hotties and hot girls are scrambling because their queen, Megan Thee Stallion, announced today that she has broken up with her boyfriend, Klay Thompson, after being together for a year over alleged cheating allegations. I think what irritates me the most about situations like this is when a man comes to a woman with an excuse for why they're breaking up with you or why the relationship won't work, and the excuse has been there the entire time. Now he's talking about he doesn't know if he can be monogamous. You just now finding that out at 36 years old as a professional basketball player with a different woman in every city, groupies sneaking into hotel rooms. They always manage to have some kind of epiphany after you've already met the family, after you've already moved cross country, after you've already given up your rent-controlled apartment in New York. Now all of a sudden they have all this clarity. Because where was his antenna when he was doing all these interviews and dedicating shots to her and games to her and letting her meet the family and spending holidays with her? Now all of a sudden, after you're good and ready, it's like, you know what I've really been thinking about lately? At my big grown age? I don't think I could be a one-woman man. You knew that already. And you did nothing but waste that woman's time. And just like that, the good guy image is shattered. They thought she was going to eat you alive, but you're the piranha. So the hotties and hot girls are scrambling because their queen, Megan Thee Stallion, announced today that she has broken up with her boyfriend.
If Christian women only knew how hard it was for men to stay pure, they wouldn't dress the way they did at the gym.
Prepare to be mad because I am back with more purity culture comments that will make you want to scream. I was told that I would get pregnant if I went to the movies. I was 5 years old when I was told this, and I didn't deconstruct this until I was 19. My boyfriend and I were told that if we slept together before marriage, we were sinning against my ex. I was told that we are all brothers and sisters in Christ before marriage, and if you do anything with the opposite sex, it is like you are doing it with your sibling. Every sperm is counted by God and tallied against you. I was advised to ask my fiance how often he would need sex to ensure that he wouldn't be tempted to stray. When my sister was caught hiding that she was dating a guy, my dad became extremely angry and wanted my mom to check to see if my sister was still a virgin. When my leader found out that I had a boyfriend, I was asked privately if I was a good kisser. At the purity day of our summer camp, they told all of the women that self-pleasure is cheating on your husband that you've never met. My dad told me something along the lines of, if you sleep with someone before marriage, a piece of you is going to be taken away and you can't fully give everything to your future husband, and he will not be able to fully enjoy himself having you around. My pastor came to my house when I was 11 or 12 years old to make me sign a paper promising that I would save myself for marriage. I was told that anybody who doesn't wait until marriage will get an STD. Keep commenting your insane purity culture stories and I will keep reading them.
If Christian...
I'm passing the phone to the... Came here for a loofah, but these are only for men. Oh, there's the women's. They're pink, but they're $1 more.
They legit put a pink tax now on our cat toys. Found this in the women's section for $8.99 and then in the men's for $7.99.
Boys, $6.99. Girls, $7.99.
$4.58 each. But wait, a pink bucket of the same type, $4.90?
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
And 8 pieces of white is $1.50. But if I go over to the boys section, 8 pieces of white paper is $1.25.
It is 3.1 ounces, 88 grams. This is the women's. It is $15.49, 50 cents more.
Came here for a loofah, but these are...
Welcome back to Am I on Earth? I'd love to tell you guys that you're not gonna fucking believe what the fuck happened tonight, but you will because it happens to me every fucking night. Buckle up, this one's fun. This light feels like a bad omen. Let's get started, shall we? Okay, I have a table come in. The lady orders a drink from the bar that includes lemonade, okay? Now, our lemonade is relatively sweet, okay? She orders a drink from the bar that includes lemonade. I bring it out. She says it's too sweet and too lemony. Yep, it has lemonade in it. So it's, no, I would say that it's pretty lemony, yep. I said, did you want to do something else that's not so lemony? She was like, no, I just want it to be less sweet and like a little less lemony. I feel like the lemon flavor is so overpowering. Well, it includes lemonade. That's pretty much the main ingredient, right? Also, our lemonade is pretty sweet, so it's still gonna be sweet. It's gonna come out the same, okay? She tells me exactly how she wants it remade. I say, I don't think that's gonna taste very good. She doesn't give a fuck. The drink comes out. Guess what she said? This doesn't taste good. Yes! You're right! You're absolutely right. It's almost as if I had told you that before you sat here and told me that. You telling me that like it's some revolutionary piece of information is absolutely absurd when I was the one who told you that you shouldn't order that because it's disgusting. Okay? She said, well, I just liked it so much better last time. I said, hey, queen, so we have like set ingredients and set amounts of ingredients to make these drinks. It is not different every time. It is the exact same every single time because it has to be. That's how we do things here, okay? So you had it the last time. I promised you it tasted just like this. I promise. Okay, great. So we had her. I was like, okay, too sweet, too lemony? Yeah, noted. My next table comes in. She asked for the check. I bring her the check. She goes, where's the pen? Why do you need a pen for the check? I'm thinking maybe she wants to like write something on there. I don't know, like write like, oh, we're paying this amount with this. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, some people are weird. I handed her the pen and she was like, where do I sign my, and I said, what are you looking for? She was like, the signature. I said, oh, well, I haven't run your card yet, Queen. She said, what? I said, I haven't taken your card to take payment yet, so there's no signature yet. Like, I'll bring you back the 2 copies when I run your card. I don't understand. I don't know in how many other words I could say what I'm saying to make it make sense. I said, I need to run your card so that way you can sign the little paper that says I ran your card for this amount. She is not picking up what I'm putting down. I said, okay, well, let me know whenever you have payment ready. And I ran away. Because what are we doing here right now? What are we, I feel like I am truly on an alternate plane. Like, actually, what the fuck are we fucking doing here, you know? Okay, so I leave that table. She ends up figuring out how she needs to pay, you know what I mean? Handing me the card, and I bring back the 2 copies. Eventually, she ends up piecing it together. Love that for her, Queen. Way to put 2 and 2 together there. It's like fucking Blue's Clues in this bitch. Then my next table comes in, okay? Mind you, at this point, it's not actually my next table. I just say that as like the next table that I'm going to be talking about, okay? More later on in the evening, I have to pee so fucking goddamn bad. Now, as a server, you know that you barely get a second to fucking pee, okay? I get triple sat, I greet everybody, give them drinks, I go to fucking pee. Everybody's good. I check on all my tables before I go. I literally am in the bathroom for 5 fucking minutes! I'm in the bathroom, I'm peeing. Why do I hear a voice? Excuse me, Kenzie? No. That can't be right. I don't say anything because I'm like, surely they're in here for another Kenzie. Mind you, I went to the actual bathroom, like for guests, because it was closer to my section, okay? The staff bathroom is just a little bit too far, so I went to the actual bathroom because it would take me less time to get back to my tables, okay? I come out of the bathroom stall. Hey, I thought I saw you walk in here. I just wanted to let you know that we're ready to order. What? I said, okay, yeah, I sort of just had something to take care of really quick, clearly, and I'll be right with you when I get out. I have actually never fucking had that happen before. Truth, I have really never had that fucking happen before in my entire life, so that was really bizarre. I actually couldn't even fucking believe it, if I'm being quite frank with you. And I'm just, like, she's looking at me, and I'm looking, he looked at me, and I looked at him, because, like, it's almost as if she's not realizing that that was an incredibly inappropriate invasion of privacy, right? Why would you saw me walk into the bathroom because you said that you saw me walk in here, and you decided to come in here and find me in the bathroom and tell me that you're ready to order? Okay, yeah, interesting choice. I will never be going to the guest bathroom ever again, no matter how close it's my section, okay?
What should Sabrina Carpenter and Taylor Swift's baby be named? Oh, Espresso. Espresso?
That's how you pronounce it.
There we go. It's beautiful. I don't know why everybody's having baby boys, though. It's pissing me off. Where are the girls at?
I will be using the staff bathroom and taking 10 minutes instead of 5 for the remainder of my time. Because what? I've never had that happen before, okay? And I use the guest bathroom all the time, so it's closer. No, fuck no. Okay, anyway, moving on. I'm gonna have another table. They said that I just bring it out whenever it's ready. And he said, okay, well, we've been waiting a long time. Like, I'm ready for our food. I said, yep. And whenever it's fucking ready, I'll bring it out to ya. How's that? The food finally comes out. Ugh, finally. Are you fucking good? It's been 14 minutes. Are you fucking good? And you had 2 baskets of bread between 4 of you. Are you fucking good? Did you not have food at home? What the fuck? Okay, I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. These two are pissing me the fuck off, okay? Just wait. They end up sitting there, though, after the food gets there. They end up sitting there for about 25 minutes past close. Sick. We love to see considerate kings and queens. Thank you so much for rushing me. And now, God forbid I were to rush you. Now I'm the fucking asshole, okay? The check comes out. Just wait, I love when people write love letters in the check. The check comes out. They pay their bills, right? I run their card, bring their 2 receipts back. I go and pick up the receipt after they leave. You know what it says? You want to know what it says? Yeah, because I cooked the fucking food. Because I'm back there on the line, chefing it up with the pots and fucking pans, clinking shit together. Hello? What the fuck? You think I'm back there like the fucking Little Things and Beauty and the Beast cooking the food together? Be our guest. Be our guest. Fuck you. Fuck you. Please, next time we will tip generously. How about fucking next time you forget that you knew me? Don't come back ever. Lose our address. Lose my name. Don't ever fucking come back. Next time we will tip generously. Baby, there won't be a next time if it's up to me. Do not ever fucking come back. Do not come to my house. Welcome back to Am I on Earth? I'd love to tell you guys that you're not gonna fucking... If you want to get more videos...
You've ever seen the film Titanic? And if you're a 90s baby, you know that when Titanic came out initially, home release, it was on VHS. And it's such a long movie, it's such an epic, that there were 2 VHS tapes. If you're young and you don't know what a VHS is, don't tell anybody that. Keep that to yourself and Google it, all right? It makes people feel bad when we have to explain that we used to have to basically bring a projector home inside a hard casing and then put it in a VCR. If you don't know what a VCR is, that's some other letters you don't need to worry about, okay? You're never gonna come in contact with them in your life, but you would put the VHS into the VCR, you would hit play. You understand play, right? You're not too young for play. You would hit play and it would play the thing like it does on demand, but we didn't have on demand yet. Netflix wasn't born yet. We didn't know what streaming was. And Titanic came out and it was such a long movie. I hadn't seen this 2 VHSs. I hadn't seen that since Charlton Heston's 10 Commandments. If you're too young to know what Charlton Heston's 10 Commandments are, it is also a film, but that film is almost as old as the people the film is about, all right? That movie is about Moses, who probably had a VCR, really. Like, when you think about how long ago Moses was and when we used VCRs. But Titanic came on with you, it had 2 VHS tapes. And you watch the first VHS tape of Titanic and it plays till about half the movie. And then it tells you to enter tape 2. Take 2, which will be far more depressing. If you were like me and you shopped at a lot of like thrift stores, sometimes when you go to a thrift store, you don't get to get the thing the way it was intended when it was sold. You might go to a thrift store and buy Titanic and think you got all the Titanic in one VHS tape. And then bring Titanic home and watch Titanic, but you only watch tape 1. And so you don't even know that there's a tape 2 until the end of the VHS where it says insert tape 2, and you don't have it. So you're like, all right, I'm just gonna have to settle with what I got, which was a very sweet story about 2 people who met on an epic adventure. I think I'm willing to leave it there. And it's not until years later you find out the horror that is Titanic Part 2. Part 2 where everything going awry. And all I can say is the first 2 seconds that this couple was on the kiss cam looked a lot like Titanic VHS tape 1. And then when they realize that they on the camera, it looks a whole like Titanic VHS tape 2. Honestly, they look like they on the Titanic. When about tape 2 takes place. And so you see them. And this is where things went wrong. Because rather than just playing it cool, than just, chilling, the woman immediately covers her face and whips around. You can tell Trump was hurt by that South Park episode because the White House released a statement. There are school shootings where the White House doesn't release a statement. The White House released a statement. They were like, hey, look, South Park hadn't been relevant for a while now anyway. Nobody even watched. Ain't nobody crying. Nobody hurt. Our grandparents, our great-great-parents would have never got caught.
Imagine you guys, I hate to say it, well, actually I don't hate to say it, but buying a cat from Petco, PetSmart, not Petco, low-key the best decision ever because he's a shelter cat still. These days, right, back in the day, you buy a cat from a pet store and those are like designer pets, right? Very expensive. But now, they work with charities, I guess. They get cats from the shelter, this is a Humane Society kitten, and send them to PetSmart, and then you can buy them there. But what no one tells you is when you buy from PetSmart, you get the cat, and you get multiple booklets full of coupons for, like, new cat stuff. Like, coupon for a collar, a cat bed, treats, food. They give you a free bag of food, a free bag of Science Diet kitten food, and even a coupon for one of those ID tags that you can make custom. I need to go get him now, because I low-key decided on his name. I think his name's Tool. But look at all his toesies. Oh, I also meant to say that I recounted, and he has 27 toes, not 26. He has 27 toes. Oh, and I took him to the vet this morning. He had his first vet appointment. He had a pet from PetSmart. You get a free wellness appointment at a local vet. So I had a free appointment for him, just to do a little checkup. To give him a shot, and then he's got one more shot, and then he's all set. Like, guys, y'all look, you need to be checking PetSmart, but I don't know if that's all of them.
When you buy a pet, oh, make me over.
I made a video about this situation yesterday where this guy allegedly asked for her number or asked her out and she rejected him, and he responded by picking her up, body slamming her on the concrete, and then stomping on her head. Now, she is alive. She's in the hospital recovering. He has been arrested. She's 15, he's 14 years old. There, you're all caught up. As this comment points out, you can go back to the original video and watch it. If you're on TikTok, also should be in trouble are the young boys who were recording this because they were egging him on. They were enabling this behavior. But a bunch of people were asking, how does this happen? How does someone get like this? And I think now we know because reporters caught up with his mother and she had some interesting things to say.
Did you see why he stomped on her head?
She's been a bully to him. That's it.
She's been a bully to him.
Yes, from in the classroom of the classes what they have, and some messages what I sent to his phone from her. We learned she's been a bully to him and pushed him down, and he fell.
What the fuck is that face? Why do you look like you just dropped the mic? She bullied him. She sent him mean messages. Might have pushed him once. You think any of that justifies what he did to her? Because the reporters don't let that slide.
So then he picks her up because of that and stomps on her head. That justifies that?
No, they were what I learned is like they were friends. They're not friends overall in general.
Spoiler alert, they were not friends just because they went to the same school. They were not friends. And her argument, like he couldn't have been asking for her number. It doesn't matter what kicked that off. It really doesn't. Doesn't matter if she was bullying him, and that's why he was confronting her. What he did is insane, and he should do real time for it. But she's not done.
That would show that she's bullying him.
Yeah, we have it. It's online.
Was he trying to get her phone number? Was he trying to date her?
He has our number. She's on Instagram. She's on WhatsApp sending messages. And I name him.
So where are the texts?
I got them.
Okay, but where are the texts online?
Go on WhatsApp.
You have evidence she bullied him? Yes, I have the messages. Can you show us the messages? They're online. Where do we see them? They're online. Where do we see them? Go on WhatsApp. That's not how WhatsApp works. I can't just go, where are the messages that this can... No, it's like private text messages. Also, that wouldn't justify anything that your son did. And when I see behavior like this, I'm like, this is not the first time this person's behaved this way. You don't go from, I've never laid hands on anybody, to this. And what do you know? Message in my inbox. And I'll say allegedly, because this is just hearsay from another person, but they say, I follow you on TikTok. I saw you post about the girl who got hurt in East Harlem. I'm a parent affiliated with the school he attends. The school knew he was a danger. He had a case in their middle school where he followed a student home and beat them with a monkey wrench. And the school, all they did was suspend him. Nothing else really happened. And then you have
You
a
adopted?
mother like that. My baby can do no wrong.
The fuck you come from?
Enabling. And he goes out and learns horrible things, and there's no
We had two sons, and I come back, and now we have an oldest daughter.
That kid has been failed by everyone in his life, and they are at least partially responsible for what he did.
We have 3
I made a
kids.
video about this situation yesterday, where this guy allegedly asked for her number or asked her out.
Apparently.
She rejected him, and he responded by picking her up, body slamming her on the concrete, and then stomping on her head. Now she is alive.
Guess I gotta rename her Lilith,
Been arrested.
because
She's
we
15,
can't have that
he's
shit.
14 years
Sorry.
old. There, you're all caught up.
If in real life, if we
as this
adopted
comment points out, you can go
a
back to the original
kid,
video
I
and watch
wouldn't
it.
rename
You're
them,
on
but
TikTok.
it's Sim, so it's
Also
fine.
should be in trouble are the young boys who were recording this because they were egging him on. They were enabling this behavior. But a bunch of people were asking, how does this happen? How does someone get like this? And I think now we know because reporters caught up with his mother and she had some interesting things to say.
Did you see why he stomped on
What is this?
Selena Gomez has revealed that 2 Taylor Swift songs are about her, and one of them might confirm that a leaked Reputation Vault track is actually real. So ever since Evermore came out in 2020, fans have speculated that this song is about Selena. The song Dorothea describes a friend from childhood leaving their hometown for Hollywood, and there's even lyrics about this person being in magazines and selling makeup. And considering the song came out right around the time Selena launched Rare Beauty, fans were convinced Dorothea was about Selena, and Taylor was singing from the perspective of someone who's from Selena's hometown and sees her in Hollywood accomplishing all these big things. And Selena just confirmed that this is true on her man Benny Blanco's podcast.
Well, Dorothea's about me. One of her songs. And I feel like a lot of moments, huge moments that were self-defining, From relationships to family to love to hate, all of it in between. We were figuring it out because I was 15 and she was 18. So when I listen to it, I'm so impressed how it's eloquently put.
Before I get to the other song, make sure to follow me for more music content, and also check out my podcast at The Bop Bible because I have multiple episodes on both Taylor and Selena. So Selena also mentioned on the podcast that Taylor wrote a song about her called Family that never came out.
There's this song that Taylor wrote about us and it was called Family. It was over easily a decade ago. It's basically saying you have these amazing dreams, you want to be in movies. Like in every crowd, I still see you. And then her part was, you know, you believe in my stupid dreams, like playing stadiums. And now when I listen to that song, both of those things have happened for us.
As soon as she said this, I was like, wait, why does this song Family sound so familiar? Well, during the Reputation era, a song called Family was registered on a German performance rights organization called GEMA. And Selena said on the podcast that the song was written about a decade ago, which would line up to the time Taylor was writing Reputation. So we might have just gotten our first confirmed Reputation vault track title, and I am manifesting that it's a collab between Taylor and Selena. Selena Gomez has revealed that
At the end of the day, I'm gonna look like this, stand next to you.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. Christians are more effective at convincing people to leave religion than atheists are. Every time a Christian creator comes across my account, they immediately feel the need to stitch a video. And I will say, this is the first time that I've ever been stitched by a puppet. Okay, it's a Christian man hiding behind a puppet. He stitched my video that I made talking about an incident that I had at work where a man tried to win me back to the faith before it's too late. And I politely asked him to stop. I said no thank you, and I told him to enjoy the rest of his day. And they didn't like that because what they view as love, right? It's their view, it's their definition. I mean, they don't get to define love, but they love to do that. They define evangelism as love. To the rest of the world, that's not the case. And I think I have a unique perspective considering I was a Christian once and now I'm outside of the cult and I can see how bad it looks when you're outside of the cult. And so I think it's really funny because this puppet decided to use this analogy that is just completely lame. Check it out. Christians feel the need to not only disrupt whatever you're doing when you run into them, but interject, impose their worldview onto yours.
Right. So, if a bus was headed towards you, should I just stand there and record it? Or should I say...
So let's take this analogy. Your God is sending a bus to kill me. And he's also sending you to move me out of the way. That's not even biblical, dude. Jesus talks about healing the sick and doing all of these good deeds and signs and wonders in his name so that people would see and believe. But you guys can't do those miracles. So you fall back to sitting high on your self-righteous horse and telling everyone else that they're wrong, you're right, and they need to come to your belief system before it's too late. It's so pathetic. Jesus talked about dusting off your sandals if people don't receive you. And you guys don't do that. You continue to impose and interject and everything. Let me end this video by giving my intended audience some helpful responses to Christians who are trying to evangelize to you. Number one, Jesus said that he leaves the 99 to find the one. So if the sheep are leaving the fold to come try to win you back to the fold, they are out of order. It is not their job. It is not their role to do that. Jesus never told them to do that. Number two, Paul says, what business do I have to concern myself with people outside the faith? Rather, I should be judging people inside the faith, right? But that gets boring. When they're just pointing fingers at each other in the cult, that's no fun, right? Dinks doesn't make a bunch of money just talking about other Christians. He has to go after atheists so that he can monetize on his page, right? So I get the game. It's par for the course. But I just wanted to let you know, guys, don't back down. You don't have to sit there and let people tell you what you need to believe. Let them use fear as a tactic to win you over into a cult. It's not right, and you don't have to take it. So, love you. I'm gonna go shower. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Christians are more effective at convincing people to leave religion than atheists are.
Hey, it's super nice to meet you. So you said you went somewhere else and you're not super happy with your hair? It's super nice to meet you too. Yeah, so I wanted blue hair and some pieces just turn more purple than blue, and I don't really even understand how that happens. Yeah, that's no problem. I can explain to you a little bit why that happens. Please do, because I did not want purple. So this can happen for a few different reasons, but one of the main reasons that I see this happen is because there are a lot of brands whose blues lean a little bit more to the indigo side than like a true blue. Why would they put that on my hair then when I wanted blue? Because these brands market it as blue, but they have just a little bit of red in there that pushes it slightly more towards indigo. It's because you're meant to put it over like freshly lightened like yellow hair. So if the stylist preps the base at all and removes too much of the warmth, you're going to see a lot more of that purple that's in there. They do that basically so that the blue doesn't turn green when it's applied over top of yellow. Oh, okay. So basically like that was there to make sure my hair didn't turn green, and that's why now I'm purple. Yeah, basically those few red molecules that they had snuck in there didn't go to toning out any unwanted green. Instead they just sort of showed up, and that's why you look a little purple. Hey, it's super nice to meet you. So you said you went somewhere else and you're not super happy with your hair?
How could I make a man out of
I just had a terrible interaction at the gym.
Put a finger down if you're not allowed to wear headphones and worbies.
Hi, welcome to the bookstore that I work at. How can I help you today? Hi, can you just point me in the direction of your bathroom? I really have to go. Yeah, it's right over there, right up against that back wall. If you just go down the manga aisle, it'll be right at the end for you. Oh my god, thank you so much. I really have to go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, no problem. Hope you have fun in there, I guess. Hey, coworker? Why, hello, fellow coworker. What's up? So yeah, I am having a little bit of a weird situation over at the cash wrap area. Somebody wants to do a return, and I'm gonna be honest, I've never dealt with a return like this before. It's kind of strange. Oh, okay, that has piqued my interest, and that sounds rather ominous, but let's go ahead and go back over to the cash wrap area, and I'll help you figure out what's going on. Oh, okay, thank you so much. So we're walking over to the registers. Okay, so I'm here. What can I help with? I hear that you're trying to do a return today, ma'am? Yeah, and I don't know why this is so complicated. I have my receipt, I have the books, and yeah, I just want to return. Okay, well then that sounds pretty straightforward. We should be able to just get you a return and get you on out of here. So can I see your receipt real quick? Yeah, here you go. Okay, thank you for your cooperation. Okay, so you just bought these books 2 days ago. Is there any reason that you just wanted to return them? Was there anything wrong with them? Yeah, I just decided, I wanted to upgrade my books, so I don't need these anymore. Oh, okay. That seemed like a very strange way to say that you just wanted to return books and get different ones, but I assumed that's kind of what she meant. So I just turned back to her and continued with the return and said, okay, so it looks like we're returning The Song of Achilles, The Wolf and the Woodsman, 10,000 Doors of January, and like 5 other books. Is that correct? Yeah, that's right. Okay, well, again, that seems pretty straightforward. So I'm gonna go ahead and go start scanning these. And then I start to notice, the books that she is returning, they're very worn. I'm talking creases, rips, and even water stains on the edges and like visible like fingerprint marks from like dirty fingers. And so I kind of pause, look at them, and then look at her and say, you said you bought these, like, a couple days ago, right? Like, that's what your receipt says, is that you bought these a couple of days ago. Yes, I bought the books on the receipt a couple of days ago. Okay, so these books are the books that you purchased 2 days ago? Because these books are rather worn. It looks like these have been read very lovingly multiple times. They're quite dirty, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do a return for you today, even if you did buy these 2 days ago, because they look really rough, and generally we ask for our books to be in like resellable condition if you're gonna make a return. Well, like I said, I bought the books on the receipt a couple days ago, but I want to return these books. Wait, it started to dawn on me. So are you telling me that the books on your receipt and the books physically here in front of me aren't the same? Despite the fact they have the same name and the same ISBN, you did not buy these books here physically in front of me a couple of days ago. Is that what I'm understanding? Well, yeah, I wanted to upgrade my books. Okay, can you explain the concept of upgrading your books to me, please? Because I don't feel like we're on the same page with that. Well, I saw someone online say that if you have books that you already own that just don't look pretty anymore, that you should go buy new copies of those books and then just return your used copy to the store. That's how you can, upgrade your books. This girl online does it all of the time. I love the internet. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do a return for you today. Wait, why? The girl I follow online does this all of the time. Like, she gets new books and, she returns her used books to the store, and then maybe the bookstore that she brings them to gives her a discount. So, like, everyone kind of wins, right? Like, you guys still make money and I get new books. Like, it works out, right? So, look, I don't know what kind of bookstore the girl you follow online is bringing her used books into after she buys new books and basically just swaps them out 2 days later, but we don't allow that here. We don't take in damaged used books and basically replace them for new ones because you waited a couple days. That's just not something we do here. Wait, why not? You're still getting the books back that are on the receipt. They're the same ISBN and everything. And I mean, you guys can just take them back. I can have my new books, I can have my money back, and you guys just, maybe sell them at a discount so someone can get a cheaper book. I mean, yeah, a system like that could work in a used bookstore, but we're a new bookstore and we just don't generally have books on our shelves that are so heavily damaged and read. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do the return, especially knowing that the books in front of me aren't the same books on your receipt. I'm so sorry about that. What am I supposed to do? I don't need 2 sets of the same book. And also, I was kind of counting on getting my money back. So the way I see it, you got really 2 options here. The first option is you bring back in the new books that you purchased a couple of days ago, and we give you a return for those books, okay? I'll even give you your receipt back right here, okay? The second option is you take those used books, those ones right here, and you bring them to a used bookstore that will give you cash for your used books. Now, you won't get as much money back as you would if you brought back in the new books and we returned those, but you'll still get some money back. So as I see it, I really don't like either of those options, but you know what? I'll just take my books, I'll go home, and I'll just figure it out. Thanks anyways. Okay, bye. I hope you come into a decision, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Oh, hey, coworker? Why, hello, fellow coworker. I figured that situation out, by the way. It was a strange one, not one that we deal with every day, so thank you for handing that off to me. Right. Well, thank you for taking that over for me, but, I fear we have another small issue. What's that now? So you know the lady you were talking to right before I told you about the other lady with the receipt? Remember her? Yeah. Yes, I do. Well, I need you to come over here and see what she did. Oh, okay. So I follow my coworker to the bathroom. Now I'm gonna open the door, but I don't think you're ready for this. Oh, come on. It's everywhere. By the way, that wasn't even the end of the fun for that day, because also that same day that those 2 things happened, we had a guy try to walk out of the store with 3 Bibles that he did not purchase. Thankfully, we managed to stop him. Also, by the way, used bookstores exist. If you want to swap out or upgrade your used books for new ones, you can always bring your books to a used bookstore, or sell them secondhand or anything like that. But trying to bait and switch, buy new copies and returning old used copies at a new bookstore is probably not the way to go, okay? Because they're probably not going to accept them. There are plenty of ways to get rid of your old books, but that isn't one of them. But anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful day and happy reading.
Apparently, Ruby Rose accused Katy Perry of SAing her in the past, and Katy Perry's representative is responding. It started when Complex Music posted this to their feed, saying Katy Perry had joked during Justin Bieber's performance that thank God he had YouTube Premium, so they didn't have to watch any ads. Ruby Rose responded in the comments saying, Katy Perry SA'd me at Spice Market nightclub in Melbourne. Who gives a ish what she thinks? The woman, for a myriad of reasons, opening up about women-on-women violence and SA seems to be 100 times harder than speaking about the male predators, at least for me. He responded saying she kissed a girl and you didn't like it, to which she says she didn't kiss me, she saw me resting on my best friend's lap to avoid her and bent down, pulled her underwear to the side, and rubbed her disgusting private on my face until my eyes snapped open and I projectile vomited on her. Jen says she had changed the story publicly for it to be a funny little drunk story because I didn't know how else to handle it. Later, she agreed to help me get my US visa, so I kept it a secret. But I did tell y'all she wasn't a good person. Instead, I got attacked by everyone. Asked why she didn't file a police report, she said that she's not interested when I haven't even filed a report for the numerous R word at the hands of grown men. She's more than welcome to sue me. She won't because it happened. I have photos and it was literally in public and witnessed by multiple people. There's so much more that happened in the years leading up to her silly song She Won't Want Me discussing. The psychological manipulation was strong with that one. Hey, she wrote and signed the letters of recommendation for my US visa application in the 2010s, so there's that. For that, Katie's rep says the allegations being circulated on social media by Ruby Rose about Katy Perry are not only categorically false, they are dangerous, reckless lies. Ms. Rose has a well-documented history of making serious public allegations on social media against various individuals, claims that have been repeatedly denied by those named. So far, I haven't seen Ruby Rose responding to Katy Perry's rep, but if she does, I will let you guys know. Apparently, Ruby Rose accused Katy Perry of SAing her in the past, and Katy Perry's representative
Found yourself. Found yourself scrolling.
Hi, I have a makeover today scheduled for Janice.
Oh, okay, yes. Hi, I'm Allie. I'm actually going to be the one taking care of you today.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, so tell me what kind of look you're wanting.
So I'm going on a date and I have a photo of myself that I'm hoping we can recreate today.
Okay, yeah. So I see we've kind of got a filter effect going on here.
Oh yeah, well I also straightened out my nose and then I made my jawline really, really sharp and then my lips a lot bigger, so we need to do all of that as well.
Okay, so I can definitely recreate the makeup portion. That seems like a pretty simple soft glam look, but obviously when it comes to the facial structure, we're not going to be able to completely change that like the picture.
Why not? Don't you contour?
Yeah, of course, and that will help you achieve more of like a chiseled effect, but it's not going to actually change the structure of your face.
Okay, well, I don't think you understand. I want to look like this photo exactly.
Well, yes, I do understand, and for the makeup, we can definitely get as close as possible, but when it comes to actually changing your facial structure, that's not possible with makeup.
Are you going to contour me or not?
Well, yeah, of course.
Okay, well then let's just do it because you're a professional and you're supposed to be better than a photo editing app, all right? There's nothing that we should worry about.
Okay, but I just want to make sure we have realistic expectations.
Yes, I think our expectations are very clear, so let's just get started.
All right, sounds good. All right, and we are all done. Take a look.
Okay. Oh, wow, well, okay, the makeup looks great, but my nose, it isn't even contoured, neither is my jawline.
Oh, no, it is. I contoured your face, your nose, and your jawline.
Oh, no, it's not. You didn't change the shape of my face. I mean, yeah, I can see the shadows, but the face shape is the same. It doesn't look like the picture.
That's because the picture is altered with a filter that changes your facial structure. Makeup can't do that.
I see people do it with makeup all the time.
Where?
Online.
That is likely them using filters too. It can be very deceiving.
Okay, you don't understand. I can't go on this date now.
Oh, you're going on a date? Well, why not? I mean, you look beautiful.
Because we met on a dating app and that was my profile photo. I'm going to look like a catfish.
You use that photo as your profile pic?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Hi, I have a makeover today.
You use that photo as your profile pic?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Please, I mean, you gotta redo this, or there's gotta be something that you can do to fix it.
Sweetheart, no, I'm sorry. I can't make your face look like something it's not.
I have, like, the worst features. My nose is too big, I have a double chin.
Hey, stop, okay? You do not beat yourself up. You're a beautiful young woman, and your features are gorgeous. You don't even need those filters.
But he doesn't even know that this is what I actually look like.
Be honest with him. Tell him the truth.
I can't.
You're gonna have to if you want to meet the guy.
He's gonna think I'm a total catfish.
Okay, well, think about it. Do you really want a guy that's gonna just look at you and focus on the surface level stuff anyway? Our bodies are the least interesting thing about us.
Well, I feel like if he's going to date me, he should at least find me attractive.
How do you know he won't? You won't even give him the chance to see the real you.
Yeah, okay. You're right, but how do I tell him?
FaceTime him?
What? No!
Why not? Just get it out of the way, and then if he still wants to go on the date, you'll start with a clean slate.
Ugh, I have to, don't I?
You probably should, yeah.
Okay, fine. I will FaceTime him and be right back. Hey.
Hey, how'd it go?
Well, we're still on for 7.
See, what did I tell you?
Bro, get this. He laughed and then turned on his camera, and he doesn't look like his profile pic much either. It was a picture of him from like 3 years ago.
Okay, y'all gotta be more honest online.
No kidding. Hopefully he's the one, so I don't have to keep using these really stupid apps.
Hey, well, either way, remember, you don't need those filters.
Thank you. Well, I'll be back if there's a second date. Bye.
Okay, fingers crossed for you, girl. You used that photo as your profile?
For Jen.
Story time.
My husband doesn't want to play.
Hi, welcome in. What can I do for you? Hi, so I make homemade hand lotions, and I was just wondering if I could sell them here. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I would love to try them. If we like them, I would be totally open to that. What would this entail? Oh, yay, I'm so excited. So, basically, I could just come in and restock weekly and, put them on some of your shelves over there and just sell them? Right, I mean, yeah, that's how it would have to work. How would, like, payment for us work? Oh, payment? Like, I have a little, like, card tap thing, and I could just leave it here, and then the customers could pay for these on that so that the money goes to me. Okay, yeah, cool. So, like, how much of a commission would we get from it? Oh, like, pay you some of the money for the lotions? Well, yes, if we're gonna be selling them in our salon, I mean, yeah. Oh, no, I just kind of wanted to, like, start selling my stuff somewhere, but I don't want to, like, have to have my own storefront or like pay for that, you know? Like, I just want to be able to like sell my products somewhere and like not have to pay anything else. You just want to like set up shop in the salon here and sell your stuff at no benefit to us at all? Well, yeah, like a regular store does, you know? No, that's not how that works. Like, if you walked into Walmart with those and said, can I start selling these here? They're not just gonna let you like set up a table and sell your merchandise without it mutually benefiting them. You really don't know this? Hi, welcome in. What can I do for you? Hi, so I make homemade hand lotion.
Hello? Well, look what TJ Maxx dragged in.
Sorry. The laziest person in the world competition has been going on for 3 weeks now. Contestant,
I have some news for you.
in fact, tonight at least 30.
Did you know?
I'm about to show you 2 back-to-back clips of 2 different billionaires that on their own might not seem that bad, but once you listen to them one right after the other, they get a lot more evil. Watch.
If we could get the average American to start working a year earlier, right out of high school, or work a year later, not retire, it would generate about $3 trillion.
One like side recommendation I have is like, don't worry about like squirreling money away for retirement in like 10 or 20 years. It won't matter. And if any of the things that we've said are true, saving for retirement will be irrelevant.
Do you guys see what they're doing? They're simultaneously telling Americans that we should be willing to work past retirement and that we don't need to worry about saving for retirement at all. None of this is on accident, y'all. It's coordinated and intentional and designed to keep the working class desperate and easy to manipulate. Elon Musk isn't telling you not to save for retirement because he actually thinks that's a good idea. He's telling you that because any worker who doesn't save for retirement is a worker that they can keep exploiting for rock bottom wages until that worker is 6 feet down. Keep in mind, they are doing all of this just to avoid ever taxing literal billionaires pennies on the dollar. America's wealth gap has never been bigger than it is right now, and it is getting worse fast. The United States economy is shaped like a K. In a K-shaped economy, consumers are divided into 2 distinct groups, both experiencing very different economic realities all at once. Group number 1 is made up of only the richest people in the country. And under a K-shaped economy, those folks are having a great time. They feel positive about their financial outlook, they're comfortable spending wildly on all kinds of luxuries, and they're actively expanding their wealth. But group number 2, which is made up of everyone else, including you and me, people are struggling to pay their bills or just get by, progressively cutting any spending back again and again until we end up left with only the barest of essentials. And just like with the letter K, the gap between those two economic experiences and the people experiencing them continues to get wider and wider as the rich get richer and the poor get. And here's the thing, the top section of the K continuing its trajectory upwards depends on the bottom section continuing its trajectory downward. Because the bottom section is feeding the top in our country. With our labor, with our dollars, with our literal bodies. Every time someone in the top part lays off workers and increases their profit margin by spending less on staff, that trajectory moves on just a little bit more. Every time someone in the bottom part is forced to pay rent to a corporate landlord in the top part because they've been priced out of ever buying a home themselves, that trajectory moves on just a little bit more. And the more it moves, the fewer people in the bottom part of the K have any shot at ever buying a home or growing wealth, locking more and more people into feeding that K trajectory just a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more forever. This is how we get to feudalism, folks. This is how we become serfs. I'm telling you all of this, not because I expect you to get really into economics all of a sudden, ew, gross, boring, but because there's one question that I want you to start asking yourself every single time that you see any politician or CEO or pundit on your television telling you what the United States should do with our economy. And that question is, what section of the K is this person in? Because if the answer is the top section, you should think long and hard before you take their opinion to heart or give them your vote. Because them growing their wealth is heavily dependent on you shrinking yours. I'm about to show you 2 back-to-back clips of 2 different billionaires.
Imagine waking up from cosmetic surgery, thinking that all you would have to focus on is your recovery, only to realize that you were SA'd while you were under anesthesia. Y'all already know what time it is. Story time. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let me go ahead and put my glasses on because I want to make sure that I hit all of my notes. So this woman, she traveled from North Dakota to Miami, Florida to have her surgery done September of 2025. Her procedure was set to take place at a Vixen Plastic Surgery with Dr. Eric Valadares. Initially, she was supposed to be getting a breast lift and lipo 360, but ended up only doing the lipo 360. So no procedures below the waist. That's going to be important to keep in mind. After the surgery, she was released to her wife while she was still under anesthesia. Red flag, but let's keep going. From there, her wife took her back to their Airbnb to recover. But when she started coming to about 4 hours later, she felt like something was really wrong. She was in extreme pain, not just in the areas where she had surgery, but in her private parts and in her throat. And within minutes, the pain became unbearable, and her wife rushed her to Jackson Memorial Hospital in Miami. Once the medical staff there checked her in and started examining her, they immediately recommended a rape kit because of the extent of her injury. And again, we're all on the day of surgery. It's only been some hours. But I digress. At the hospital, after this rape kit, they found semen in her cervix. Now, being that she's in a same-sex relationship, that makes no sense. Beyond that, she did not have any consensual sex with any man. And while she's processing all of this information, they let her know that her uvula, so that little dangly thing in the back of your throat, was detached due to the assault. The damage was so severe. It was so severe that she had to have her uvula surgically removed afterwards. And this is within 3 days of her surgery. Within 3 days of her surgery and her assault, she had to have her uvula removed. Like any normal person, this is traumatizing, but she wants to make sure that she's going to get justice, so she immediately opens a case with Miami Police Department. She has emails naming the officers assigned to her case, so Officer Jasmine Diaz and Officer Hugo Vegas, in addition to some other ones that she mentioned on her page. Miami PD took possession of her rape kit and ordered Jackson Memorial, specifically the Roxy Bolton Rape Treatment Center, not to release a copy to her. Keep in mind, for 7 months, they refused to give her access to her own rape kit. Miami Police Department allegedly also told her not to talk about the situation, not to hire an attorney, said that those things would interfere with their investigation. And because she didn't know any better, because she trusted the system, she stayed quiet. She patiently waited, focused on her recovery. And for 7 months, Miami PD claimed that they were investigating the case. And then around April 20th, they just closed the case. No explanation, no charges, nada. And when she asked for a copy of the case file, they told her that she wouldn't be able to have access to it until either the end of May or early June. That's suspicious. All of this is just so disheartening. I felt so bad after hearing her story. I wanted to share so that more people were aware of what happened to her, just in case, maybe somebody's thinking about going to that surgery center, or somebody maybe had a similar experience. At least, y'all can get together and, you know, compare notes and stuff like that, and y'all can go ahead and fight that good fight together and get justice. Imagine waking up from cosmetic surgery, thinking that